Hello everybody! How are you guys doing today? It's a wonderful day. We've been waiting for this day to happen. As you can tell, outside it is very bright outside, as the prophecies foretold. Yeah, I'm just so excited seeing all of this come to fruition, seeing people that are so excited. So yes, I was the first person to die by the hands of God in the rapture. Well, obviously, I'm sitting right here in front of the camera, so I know what you're thinking. How are you today? And yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Ignore my voice. I mean, just excuse everything because I was raptured and we're still recovering from what that means. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the rapture. What is the process like? How should one prepare for it? Why were you, as in me, chosen to be first, etc., etc.? Because some people, a lot of people, skeptics and rapture fans alike, had a lot of questions for me. So thank you for your questions. I'm only going to answer a few of them, but most of the questions were pretty similar. So number one, what is the process like? So it's actually weird because I was actually becoming kind of doubtful that the rapture was going to happen anytime soon, even though all of the evidence that, it was going to come on September 23rd, around September 23rd. I've always believed in the rapture. You have also believed in the rapture. You have also always believed in the rapture. You have also always believed in the rapture. You believed in the rapture too. You believed in the rapture too. Yeah, you did. I know you did. You believed in the rapture. I've always believed in the rapture, so it's weird. I think it was the whole, too good to be true mindset, but there was something a lot deeper to it. I had a dream. And when you hear about this dream that I had, you will probably say, well, how could these signs point you to anything other than belief in the rapture? And it did. It did at first. So I had a dream. There were 4 towers, 11 dominoes, 3 horses. You add those numbers up, you get 18. You see where I'm going with this? I know you see where I'm going. I looked around. Guess what? The dream plane was 3-dimensional, like in real life. What's 18 divided by 3? 6. 3 rows of 6 is 666, which is the Antichrist number. It being in 3D as well was also a major hint that this was going to become reality. That's just common sense. But you know what? The fact that this information was presented to me in a dream and not somewhere in reality, it made me wonder a bit. Was it just in my head? Obviously it wasn't just in my head. You can see that I'm dead right now. And thankfully, I was forgiven for my doubts. But yeah, let me get on with the process. So that was, before the rapture. So one, cool thing about being a little bit doubtful before the rapture, before it happens, is when it does happen, it feels all the more mystical and magical. I'd say the moment it began for me was yesterday morning. And this is really weird. This is really weird. I woke up and I felt this tingling feeling inside me. And it was crazy. I went pee, as you do, and it faded away. It's weird, right? So that was the main indicator for me that there is something is going on. And I just knew. And I was right. Soon after, I went outside, and there was a message in my mailbox. It was my confirmation number. And plus a note that said I had 5 minutes to prepare. Sorry, the lighting is just getting worse. But yeah, I had 5 minutes to prepare. Not a lot of time. Guess what? Guess what? I didn't even have 5 minutes because my body immediately collapsed out of shock. And so I don't even remember much of what happened afterwards. All I know is that I was in the air. Yeah, I wish I could have prepared more, but maybe I would have if I hadn't been doubtful. And I guess that was my fault. So now that we're at this part, I am going to start integrating the next question, which is, how should one prepare for being raptured? So the moment I came to, I was floating, obviously, and I was positioned vertically, like how you would stand. The first tip I have for you is try to flip the opposite way, like how you would when you do a handstand. Obviously, you don't have to like plant your hands on the ground. There is no ground. But the point is, head down, facing the ground, and feet up. You need to do this because, well, the force of levitation actually doesn't know how to differentiate between your blood particles and the rest of your body. Because of that, your blood may compile in strange ways. I learned this the hard way. It is very uncomfortable, and I think I almost passed out again in the air. So at least be prepared to maneuver around in the air to find your ideal position so you can neutralize your blood flow. The next tip is please don't forget to pick up your confirmation number and secure it somewhere. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. Okay? It's not a joke. I, once again, learned this the hard way. I swear I'm not a Karen, but the customer service up there is terrible. It's terrible. Please don't forget your confirmation number. I don't know about these skate workers. Maybe it's just understaffed. Maybe I got the demo version of everything. I don't know. But just know, you have to fight them. You have to fight them to get anything done. And it may even be worse for you, because I assume with more people coming in, it's gonna be even harder. So bring your confirmation number or memorize it or something. You do not want to add any more grains of sand in the gears of this old piece of junk microwave. You will be cooked. The next tip is you gotta bring a sandwich or something, maybe even a bag of chips, because you're gonna be up there for a while. Now, I wasn't. Personally, my trip only took about 15 minutes, but for most of you, you're probably gonna be going up with, I don't know, a constant stream of tens of thousands of people at a time. And the force of levitation can only be so strong. So you're probably gonna get dragged a little slower. Especially if you're in overweight America. You know, you will likely buffer a lot in the air. Think about it like someone trying to lift something very heavy. Sometimes you might drop it a bit. Now, you won't get dropped all the way, probably, but you're gonna wanna keep your eyes closed unless you can handle, the visual of almost getting slammed and becoming a pancake. Yeah, remember to keep your eyes closed so you don't have to see your pancake potential all the time. And also maybe bring some pancakes so you can get some numbs on. Yeah, get some numbs on. Personally, I like peanut butter on my pancakes, so Just an idea. And no, they will not have food while you're waiting in line to show you confirmation number. There is no food court or anything. Next, for those of you who are uncertain about your faith or whether or not you will go to heaven immediately, and you're scared that you're gonna have to live through any of those 7 Antichrist years or whatever, you are not powerless in this moment. There are things you can do to strengthen your chances. So I'm gonna give you a few to think about. Number 1, get your reputation up, okay? Make sure you give as many compliments as you can. You can do this while you're still on the ground, or even if you are actively floating and you feel like, I don't know, maybe you're afraid that you could get turned down at the last moment, which is possible. For one example, you can yell out, "Wow, I love being in the air for hours and eating pancakes and almost becoming a pancake a million times. This is such proficient design. I love it. Heart, heart, heart. Put your heart where your hands are." You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be true. Number 2, the moral backbone of the universe is pretty privilege. Okay? Not every rule has an exception. So I don't know, shave your whole body. Maybe put on some makeup. Only if you're a girl. Otherwise you will die. Maybe put on some formal attire. Etc., etc. There are many things you can do. Number 3, don't get too annoyed. I know it's hard, okay? But you need to have a gracious spirit. And I can't lie, I also had to learn this one the hard way. For instance, there are a lot of really stupid, self-absorbed people who think they specifically, once they get to heaven, will be chosen to become angels. God never said that. Yet, they think that He is hooting to them in a secret bird mother tongue. You are not a bird. You are not a freaking bird. You are QAnon. You are QAnon. You're not a bird. Okay? You're not a bird. You're QAnon. Name the scripture that says you, Barbara and Jeremy, the stupid sisters, are gonna become angels after the rapture. Exactly. Okay, guys, last question. Why were you chosen to be first? Well, it's pretty simple. My real name is Noah, and narratively it just makes sense to choose a Noah after doing so, you know, back in the flood days, to transition to the new world. And so it's probably the case that I'm the Noah that was the most best rapture believer. So yeah, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for the Q&A. It does make me sad that the vast majority of you are going to be left behind. I would say I was praying for you, but I honestly don't even know why I would do that. Like, I don't think it would do anything. So, yeah. Love you guys. I guess this will be my last video, unless I'm able to record up there. I don't know. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Happy Rapture Day.